Hello, J Killers, and welcome to the stream. Once again, it's a little bit of time for whiskey and gaming, as well as, random talk. You've been a frequent visitor, so you know how it's gonna go. And meet my favorite cheer up guy, Dixon. How are you doing? Sielun Vihollinen is very, very good. Now I'm just gonna sip a bit of whiskey every now and then and talk to you guys, as well as get something done in the game, obviously. I'm pretty much now finalizing this area, which I had a little bit of time to play a little bit in the morning. Now usually I don't play in the morning before work, but certain mornings I have a little bit of time, maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes, give or take, and then I do a little bit of gaming before the work, just relax a little bit. And of course during the morning times.
Any particular regions or anything?
All right, Dixon, I have a clear answer for you. Now, typically my favorite whiskeys are, Scotch whiskeys with more peaty, Islay whiskeys in particular, smoky and peaty ones. But in general, I just like Scotch whiskey. But there are certain areas, for example, Speyside, which at least sometimes is just too kind of sweet and fruity for me. So Islay whiskey is pretty much my go-to, but it's not like I'm limited to that. For example, I can actually enjoy bourbons, American bourbons, rye whiskey. Of course, I have tasted some good Japanese whiskey as well. So, I'm more like a curious to taste different stuff. But if I want to go into my comfort zone, like have something really, really good in my opinion.
Hello everyone.
Hello Freedom Frog. It's always happy to see you as well, because I know you are an active commentator and a frequent visitor to the stream. So obviously very, very much welcoming you here. But yeah, hello Immortal Metal Tyrant. I'm doing fine. Having a little bit of whiskey and streaming, and of course talking to you nice people. Always a little bit extra enjoyment when talking to friendly folks here while streaming. Okay, gotta focus with this stuff. Already failing.
Nice to see you. Hello J Killers.
Tempo going up.
My Discord profile picture.
I have no idea what's your profile picture, J Killers, and really can't focus on that stuff now that I'm trying to do this. As you can see, I'm pushing the wrong buttons here. Hello, Battery. This kind of needs to get into the zone, and then you get the rhythm and the flow.
I think you said something about it in TDC messages.
What Jay Gillers, you mean talk, Satanaki about what things? I didn't hear it. But yeah, talking about whiskeys earlier on, I was just saying that yeah, I really like to taste different kind of whiskeys. Tasting different kind of whiskeys and beers is something that I truly enjoy. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to go into your comfort zone, much like listening to your favorite bands. Sometimes you just want to have your favorite beer or favorite whiskey. But then again, finding about new bands is equally interesting as, finding new beers and whiskeys and all that stuff. So, yeah, there's always this kind of a kid-like curiosity in me, like what kind of stuff I want to explore next. So, I think a lot of people can understand what I mean with that because I'm this curious kind of guy. I mean, if I wasn't curious, I would stop doing album reviews and even interviews because what would be the point?
Best Finnish beer.
What would be the point to go for something new if just the old stuff was the safest one? Vidus Pathori, to answer your question about best Finnish beer, highly depends what kind of beer you're after. If you just want, say, Finnish lager beer, typical beer.
Doppelbock style beer palate progenitor yesterday. Very nice. Blood and War and Annihilation showed up, so I listened to the EP.
That sounds fantastic, Freedom Forgan. I'm really happy that you got the Annihilator things. But about the best Finnish beers, I mean, if you go for a lager, they're pretty much all the same. The bulk lager things. It's almost like Finnish versions of Heineken and the like, Carlsberg, whatever you have. Or in American way, Millers or Bud Lights or whatever. But in my opinion, the best Finnish beers are some of the sour ones and the IPA ones. But that's because that's what I prefer to have. I like beers with more taste. It's not just a thirst quencher. It's different when I go to sauna. Then I probably want something light, something like a cold lager beer or pilsner or whatever. But when I want taste, when I want enjoyment, I want more extreme in taste, much like extreme metal. So if I want just some basic shit, just tune in for some hard rock or basic heavy metal. That's basically like a lager beer to me. You just don't care about if it's raw or brutal or violent or aggressive. You just want your something to tune, your ears to. So what I'm saying is that the best beers are more extreme. Yeah, lots of chatters. It's curious because it's just, Monday. Maybe new people are like finding it like, hey, why we should join this stream? I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, like I say, I like to explore new kind of tastes. That's the curiosity that also can be applied to different food. Like if I travel, I want to taste some local food and local desserts. I don't have like often like dessert in Finland. That's really not my thing. You know. But when I'm traveling, when I was in Greece just a couple of weeks ago, I just had to. What is this happy place? Reach the highest point on the map. All right, cool. So when I was
Most of the time there are like three dudes chatting. Sours are definitely more Nike in the United States. There are some good ones at some tap rooms at breweries.
Yeah, I know there's great craft beer breweries in the United States. That's so wonderful because it's a big country, and there can be so many different places in so many different states. And I think that's one of the fantastic things in big countries such as United States. So as I was saying about this curiosity, a thing like for me, when I was in Greece, of course I had to taste local food and local desserts. I didn't actually manage to taste any of the local sweets.
Europe
But then
knows
again,
how to do their beers.
I don't really care so much about sweets. But usually it's just cool to taste like pastries and stuff along with, local traditional food, just a cuisine in general. And yeah, old country, Europe, old continent, the old world. Yeah, of course, the beer tradition goes so many hundreds of years back in time in history. So of course, there's a huge variation in different kind of beers when you go from lots of old countries. But that doesn't mean that all the countries actually do have good beers. Like Germany is very good in creating basic, lagers and bocks and all that stuff. But to be honest, if I had to pick one country over others in any of the world when it comes to beers, I would just most likely choose Belgium.
Favorite Seelenviholinen album.
Basically, I like all Sielunvihollinen albums, so I would really need to revisit to say which one is my favorite. Okay, now we're gonna just take a peek in the game.
I was going to suggest Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium, they have like these great fruit beers as well. What the hell they are called? Fuck. I'm lost for words here. Lambic beers. I mean, of course, I cannot, use computer to Google stuff when I'm gaming. But yeah, lambic beers, they are really great. Like if you taste like, say, some.
Like the Cool and Kill J, but they are really good in general.
Yeah, definitely. Sielunvihollinen has become one of my all-time favorites from Finland. The melodic style is just so great. But yeah, Belgium, they also do have, of course, these cloister beers. Sometimes you can call them monk beers. You know what they do in those monasteries? Like some Trappists. I don't know if there's a proper English word for that. But those Trappist beers, like Chimay or Westfleteren or Westmalle Trippel, stuff like that. So Belgium beer is like world class in my opinion, easily. And then those lambic beers I mentioned, like apple beers, blackcurrant beer, cherry beer, and they have great selection of many different kind of beers. So that's why it's definitely one of my favorite places in terms of having excellent beer. Then again, I really had some great beers in Scotland, especially when it comes to IPAs, India Pale Ales, that is. So those are among... What is this dude trying to kill me? Why? Motherfucker. This is some special character, I think. Um, sorry, a little bit hectic fight here. Yes, it was a special character. I figured it out because it had this crown symbol on the top of the health bar. And it was so goddamn difficult too. River Yamabushi. So the next stream is actually happening this week, this weekend, this Saturday, right after I come back from the from a movie night with my friends. I kind of forgot to mention it in advance, even though I knew it based on my calendar that this would be the day for the next stream, but I didn't announce it. Usually I don't announce those stream days in advance, only if I don't know. Yeah, it's the Independence Day, but I'm not celebrating, doing anything special apart from that movie night with my good friends. So we're gonna have movie night, eat well, and, you know, talk shit, have a couple of beers maybe.
See what is happening in Helsinki. There is gonna be absolute mayhem.
Absolute mayhem because of what exactly?
Because of the cinemista Suomi Hirikoku.
Oh yeah, those National Socialist patriots.
どうか命だけは。
何？手荒な真似などせん。
わしは玄白、誠の山伏じゃ。そなたあの語りに会うたことがないのか。
語り。お前、吉原の。
Yeah, while I obviously do respect and honor Finnish independence big time, I mean Finland is a very, very beautiful country that has gone through some rough times, especially in the past under Swedish government and the Russian regime and all that stuff. I don't consider myself patriot in that sense, you know. I don't really do anything special during Independence Day. When Finland turned 100 years, obviously we went to see some light show and stuff like that. It was special, but I mean, I don't do anything special during Independence Day. For me, it's just another day in the calendar. It's important to understand history and all, but I don't celebrate it.
奴らを止めてくれ。我らの山に平穏を取り戻さねばならぬ。
偽山伏はすでに幾人か片付けた。
I agree, Freedom Frog. Religion and politics are very similar, and both are almost equally annoying.
Sorry come kirjatan swomax mudiko toyu von huanampa veloisil normalil soy tipukuyul my pidanti joka guos.
Sorry, checkilers, I cannot see the whole message in the screen while I'm gaming, and when this a voice message tries to read the whole text in English, it doesn't make any sense. So I mean, I don't mind if you ask me that question in like Discord later on, Finnish or otherwise. I could get back to you, but here it makes no sense because I cannot read the or see the whole message anyway. Unfortunately, with these streams, oh shit.
I'll put it in translate.
Yeah, because in this stream it can only fit in so small text box, which I can see while I game. Oh god damn it. So unfortunately I can see longer messages. But it helps that why I have this setting on that I can actually it reads me those messages which I can't see here, so I can still understand what you're writing, and I am supposed to be able to reply you. Though when it's high action time in the game, it's hard time to get to focus. Hello, Antofagasta Darkness. How are you doing, man? Where are you from?
Hello from Chile.
Chile. Very, very nice. Funny fact, our drummer's wife is from Chile. And she makes some great Chilean empanadas. I fucking love them. They are so fucking great. I don't know anything else about Chilean food, but I know those Chilean empanadas. They are fucking awesome. They're like gold standard of any kind of, pastries. She makes them super hot too, like a lot of chili and all. I fucking love that stuff. I could eat them like every day. Unfortunately, I've never been to Chile, so I don't know anything much about the country. Unfortunately, of course, my dream would be visit Chile among other countries, but easier said than done, really. So sorry for people if I missed some of the questions, because sometimes in the heat of the action I might not see or hear whatever you people are writing. So in case I missed some of your comments, just try to reach me again, and I'll do my best to answer your questions if you have them. And those who just joined the game stream and all, mind you, there are no questions that cannot be asked. All questions are more than welcome. Doesn't have to be related to the gaming or metal music or just whatever. You can just always ask me anything, and I will try to. I'll try to answer. So I'm gonna just sell some of the extra items here.
What is your favorite Archgoat release?
What is my favorite Archgoat release? Fuck, I can't remember the album right now, but I think it was the second newest one. I think all the Archgoat releases are more or less on the same quality level. There is no like big difference for me. But of all the albums, fuck, I should have it in my. I mean, I have it in my shelf here in the LP. collection, but I'm like, what the fuck is the name? Lucifer Crown or whatever the second newest one was. But all the Archcode ones are pretty solid, so can't really complain about them. I'm so bad remembering certain albums names because I go through so much stuff all the time.
Mine in Hyvinky's thrift store. Second-hand brand new BM and DM CD from Azak Hull to Children of Bottom and etc.
That sounds great, J Killers. Can I switch to another character so that I can sell the extra equipment? And while having a loading screen, obviously time for a little bit of Glenmorangie 18-year-old whiskey.
At Rauta, what's the longest streak on Duolingo you've ever gotten?
That's a good question, Dixon. My longest stream is actually right now on Duolingo. I had 2 years of break at some point.
For like 5 - €8 per CD.
So my Duolingo streak, in case you're asking, is 1,889 days. 1,889 days.
よく来たね、いらっしゃい。
1,889 years is something like 4 years, closer to, I guess.
On what language?
Spanish. I had Italy for a while, but nah, didn't feel like doing it. I mean, my streak would be so much longer if I didn't have that 2 years break, which I did after, I don't know.
Has been arrested for drunk driving.
Now, Tunafis, I don't think Satanakia, the vocalist of Azazel, actually drives. I think he's not the kind of a guy who drives car, to be honest. But yeah, I've been learning Spanish for a few years on Duolingo. That's why I can do a little bit of basics. I'm not gonna say I'm good at it, because obviously I'm not. But it helped me when we were living in Spain. It helped me to, do a little bit of basic shopping, to be honest. Even if it wasn't just more like asking for
Favorite Brazilian band?
Favorite Brazilian band? Oh, that's a tricky one. I gotta think about it. I mean, well, Old Sepultura is probably unbeatable for me. After all, they made albums like Arise, Infinity Remains, stuff like that. Which is for me a lot more important than, say, bands like Sarcophago or other Brazilian legendary bands or albums. Might be something else, but I would say, because I mean Sepultura was so important band when I was a teenager, that it feels like that must be the Brazilian band for me. I mean, nowadays, of course, what is this peculiar place? Looking so weird compared to the other ones. So, I mean, nowadays Sepultura is so different as a band that it feels... Yeah, Chaos 80 actually was my first Sepultura CD back in the days. I think it was actually the first one. but might have been a riser beneath the remains now that I think about it. Anyway, my point here is, while Sepultura feels so different and so mainstream compared to bands in extreme metal, and it's easy to kind of just like, oh, nobody listens to Sepultura because they're so big, they're so mainstream, blah blah blah. But man, they were so important band back in the days, you know.
Chaos at his nice album.
Chaos 80 is a nice album. Unfortunately, after that, the whole band went south. I remember buying Roots, kind of like blindly. I didn't know what to expect, but
Album in my opinion.
Arise is very close to being perfect album. Yeah, it's very good. So my point here is, back in the days when I would just go to fuck, where am I in the map? It doesn't even show lots of viewpoints here. Trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in this map. So anyway, of course, having enjoyed Roots, Beneath the Remains, Rise, and all that stuff so much, of course I would just blindly buy, Roots for that reason. And it was so disappointing. It was like a whole different band back then, and I gave that album listens and listens, but it still felt like something totally different. And man, it was like, what the fuck. It's almost like you being fooled. Now I'm stuck in water. What the fuck, man?
It would be cool to go see the march in Helsinki, but I think I'd pass.
So yeah, after Roots, I was kind of like, I felt like the band had really, betrayed us fans. Roots was so different, and then there were lots of albums that I didn't really, give even a chance, because it felt like, okay, this is not the band I was enjoying, and as such, I kind of abandoned whole Sepultura for years. But the latest one, the album Quadra, was surprisingly good, and I remember the opening track. Well, yeah, the vocalist of Sepultura changed, of course, and that, felt so. I mean, it was basically the same thing as Iron Maiden and Bruce Dickinson. So, yeah, it was a big change, and of course, Tuna Fish, I will get back to that Dark Throne in a bit. That actually went through the whole Dark Throne discography maybe 5 years ago. So I pretty much explained all my favorite things and all that stuff, but I can summarize it here as well. But talking about, Sepultura splitting ways with Max Cavalera, which was the kind of a soul and body of the whole band, it felt like totally different. It didn't feel like the same band anymore, so obviously as a fan, it was just too much. So, yeah. Sepultura never really clicked me the same with the new vocalist. And it wasn't just about the vocals, it was just changing too much. Now about Dark Throne, my favorite era is definitely which starts with the second album, A Blaze in the Northern Sky, and pretty much ends with Panzerfaust. Because for me, Dark Throne's golden era is the era where it is just about,
But I think Norwegian BN is more boring than Finnish.
Well, I consider Norwegian black metal more versatile than Finnish, so I wouldn't really compare them uh, in general one to one. I would say 1990s Norwegian black metal is clearly better than 1990s Finnish black metal, but nowadays black metal, Finnish black metal is, in my opinion, is better than Norwegian black metal of today. But there are different bands, and it's not so easy to compare them to one another. Okay, let me try to find the way to top. But yeah, Panzerfaust, and especially albums like Transylvanian Hunger.
Thunder had a lot of really catchy heavy metal riffs.
Yeah, Tuna Fist does have those heavy metal riffs, but Dark Throne for me isn't exactly about heavy metal. I think, albums like Arctic Thunder and all, I mean, they're pretty okay, but they are not the evil sounding black metal stuff which made Dark Throne so special to me. So, no albums from Dark Throne even come to close to being the band I, started to like, except, Under a Funeral Moon and Transylvanian Hunger. Panzerfaust is obvious number 3 for me. But after that, it started changing so much and it became something less interesting. Total Death is a good example. It's a good album, but it's not that great. And when it comes to albums that came after those, say, what I'm thinking here is, what the hell, I want to go up. It's not the way to up.
Or are you into the same lines with Saturnakia?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to go to the top. I guess I need to go circling. So, Total Death and whatever happened after that, the band started kind of changing. There are some good ones after that, obviously, but not the same level. So I'm pretty much the early Dark Throne fan. However, albums like The Cult is Alive made, once again, a big impact on me. I really like that album. And Sardonic Wrath is another great album. So for me, that band kind of made a comeback, even though they never went away. But in terms of, having this raw end of evil sound of black metal. But that's just me. I know nowadays Dark Throne they have gone so far away from what they used to be. And to be honest, the 3 latest Dark Throne albums are like the most boring ones. So I'm like, I don't even care about the band anymore, and it feels like, much like, with what I was just saying about Sepultura, Roots, and all.
War metal bands like Primitive Warfare, Antichrist Siege Machine, and Abhorrency.
Yeah, Tunifis, I know what you're meaning. You're more talking about the American war metal scene. Someone was asking me something about something I didn't. I guess I missed the question. What the hell it was all about? Oh, sorry. I guess I forgot about it. But yeah, Dark Throne is, definitely my all-time favorite black metal band. despite of
Did Dark Throne have an ambient
changes.
album?
No, Dark Throne don't really have. Um, Dark Throne doesn't have kind of project. Um, the Neptune Towers. Then again, more inspired by uh, artists like Klaus Schulze and some other German stuff. Not exactly dungeon synth or dark ambient, but kinda, roughly. I mean, in the big scale of things, roughly in that territory. And I'm trying to find a way up.
Very nice dude.
Yeah, I've talked once in the past with Fenris, and he seems like a very laid back. He doesn't, seem to care much of the metal bullshit. What so many others seem to be, focusing. Sometimes I think it's definitely a good thing, but then again, I also think it's not that black and white. Sometimes I think black metal kind of needs, still, in my opinion, a little bit of that Manowar-like approach, Like, we used to call, like, posers, fuck off, like, leave the hall, kind of a thing. That's when people were talking about,
Henry's but seems like the kind of guy who would like to be left alone.
that's when we were talking about true black metal and the posers and the fake and all that stuff. And while some people still think it's all bullshit, I think it's essentially a very important part of metal scene. I mean, it's not like you have to prove yourself to anybody, but you kind of have to, if that makes sense. It's almost like, say, courting a lady. You kind of say, I don't give a fuck about what the ladies think, but if you want to get laid, you kind of have to think what the ladies think. In the same way, you can go to a metal festival, you can go to a metal show and say, I don't give a fuck what others think of me.
And still eat ice cream.
Yeah, tuna fish, you can totally enjoy metal and eat ice cream, but that's beside the point. I mean, or actually, that is the point. When you are honest and true and all that stuff, you can say, fuck off, just gonna enjoy my ice cream and I don't have to give a shit what about others think about it. But then again, to get into that point, you kind of have to be, in a way.
What was the name of the Slayer's guitarist that wrote the best riffs?
J Killers, I think you're meaning Jeff Hanneman. So what I'm saying here is that, I kind of like it when the
Yes.
whole black metal thing is, in a way, or metal thing in general. What the hell? Wow. Hey, this is actually nice. I think it came with the update. Now when you have all the
That Mayhem movie created so many fucking posers. They are all over TikTok with their shitty corpse paint and Slipknot shirts.
I'll get back to that Mayhem
This
stuff and
kid
all.
was so unlucy.
I'm Lucy. Unlucky. Yeah. Hey, I think this is a great stuff what happened with this game now, that when you have all the viewpoints done, you actually see the rest of the map. So great. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit more in the game because there are some things I want to check out. But yeah, talking about,
It's a great game too.
yeah, Assassin's Creed franchise in general is, in my opinion, great. So what I was saying about the black metal thing and all is that I kind of want to have it in such a way that people don't take things for granted. My point here is you don't have to prove yourself to anybody basically, but I mean once you kind of do show that you're a okay person and you're not just some tourist running through whatever is trending and all that shit, you will be taken more seriously. So it doesn't have to take a lot of fucking extra effort, to show that you're actually a decent being, you're part of the tribe, for the lack of better words. And that's also when nobody gives a shit whether you eat ice cream or stuff that ice cream up to your ass. So, in a way, oh fuck, it's almost 11:45 and I gotta be going to bed soon. Unfortunately, can't skip sleeping too much because, workout and stuff. But I'll be here for maybe 15-20 minutes more. Just we'll visit this one place and then move into a new, different area in the game. But yeah, one thing that I remember now. Yeah, tuna fish, definitely. So what I was saying about, you were saying something about Fenris. That would be nice to have a beer with him and all. I mean, yeah, he probably is the kind of a guy who might be like, oh, I just want to, be left alone. But then again, like I said, I met him once. Not really met. He was actually DJing albums at Inferno Festival when I was there for the first time. And I was asking if I could interview him, but he just basically said, hey, I just want to, play music. So to me, he was like more like, I'm just chilling, man. Like, he didn't feel like antisocial, but he was also not, making a story about himself. So he was, in a way, to me, in my opinion, oh shit, these guys are for real. So he was like very chill, and I think he would have been like could have been very chill about drinking beer and stuff like that. I wouldn't have been. Holy fuck, these. This was wild. So I think actually he would be kind of a guy who like, hey, let's sit down, have a beer, talk about Hanoi rocks.
問題だらけのこの地で良き行いをしてくれたな。礼をするべきであろう。
But I'm pretty sure that, Doctor guys were more, I don't know how to put it, more focused of being grim and stuff.
I was wearing Slayer shirt and some drunk guy came up to me and said Slay.
Well, Slayer is fucking great. I probably missed some of your questions already, so just once again, just ask me again if I missed something important. I haven't been listening to the new Mayhem. I'm basically waiting for the whole full album to come out. I don't, in general, enjoy too much listening to singles because sometimes it gives me just gives me kind of like You know, a little bit of
ここに金棒の達人がおると安家に伝えよう。
okay, I think I need to switch to character. Sometimes, you know, singles give me too much things to anticipate, and sometimes the singles can be giving me a totally different vibe than what the whole album is. So I'll wait for the new album. I mean, I don't have a problem with patience. I'm already getting new albums anyway. But people have been telling me it's a very much like successor to Diamond or whatever.
敵よりも恐ろしい鬼神のごとき武器を振るわねばならんだろう。この鬼の小島が教えてやる。
Alright, let's try to learn these kata. These are sometimes very frustrating, usually rather straightforward. Let's see what this is like. Oh man, this is... Okay, already failed. Look at how many points I have to do at one go. So, mind me. Oh fuck, already failed again. Okay, this will be a hard one, I know already. Hello, Marcus. Fuck! Now I really have to focus.
A lot of poser TikTok kids here really like the crybaby ESPN shit. Marcus, hello.
Fuck! This is so goddamn annoying. Again. Now you will soon witness a very frustrated gamer. See what is happening.
ESPN is ass mostly.
Fun. Yeah, most ESBM is just kind of lame, not extreme. But there are good ones like Abyssic Hate. Or Early Forgotten Tombs. Most Shining. Oh fuck. I should not be talking while doing this. God damn it. This kind of reminds me of real martial arts katas.
Hell's headbang, I shift my order. Finally my ride for revenge collection is about full.
Fuck this shit. Somehow I cannot really focus on this when I'm seeing the chat anyway. Sometimes the timing is really strict. Oh, god damn it. Now I just pushed the wrong button. Fuck. Again, I pressed too early that one button.
Also with sarcophago and impaled Nazarene somehow. All fast and aggressive and somewhat similar themes.
How fucking hard it is to time it right. I don't get it.
I could move to Europe to see more black metal bands. But I live in California and I remember I had tickets to Marduk years ago and I might start to work on my Ethereum collection, but the CD are hard to find for reasonable price.
God damn it, always this one fucking button pressing. I'm not big a fan of rhythm games either. I don't get it. I'm not playing too early or just what the fuck.
Through the same pain kill. Still looking for the early live CD they did in some school somewhere. It's on Who to Meet, but the guy selling.
Well, I just understood what it's asking me to do. I'm gonna just... No, I cannot... Seems... okay, let's see if there's some memories. I will check out if there is actually something about this rhythm game thing. Because I'm like... Hey, simplified. Fuck you. I'm gonna go for the simplified version. There, of course, it started from the beginning. Fuck me. This might have been even worse choice. I still failed it even more. This will be a whole night game today. The rest of the stream, me just pushing the stupid wrong buttons here. What the fuck? Seriously? He's got to... Fuck me. Seriously, what the fuck?
I would like to get versions of Kurt Hella Occult and Satana albums. They are not so hard to find, but they are good.
What happens if I go to... Auto? What happens then?
Antifa still as strong in the US? Would think they'd be busy with Trump and co instead of ruining BM shows.
Okay, now this is automatically. Okay, this is so stupid. But I will let it slide because I don't want to get annoyed with some game stuff. I cannot even read the comments because I'm always like, I'm supposed to talk to you, and I'm just focusing on stupid gaming things.
From a classic album, been on repeat many nights.
I did the whole Baratroom retrospective a while ago. Was it like a year ago? And to my surprise, I kind of liked.
Do you like any rap?
I basically liked the latest Baratroom album the most. Tuna Fish, I really haven't gotten a single RABM album for review like ever. So it's weird. It's almost like RABM albums kind of avoid being promoted.
Whenever I want to get mad.
I have even gone to Reddit groups to answer if people have been like saying, oh, this Rauta channel is full of bullshit and he's annoying shit and whatever. I just go to politely answer the stuff like that.
Or capitalist casualties. To them it's either far left or against them, no in between.
Yeah, I agree, Marcus. That's why I don't really bother with that shit. And now I'm gonna go to system settings and change this gameplay with the simplified. I don't want to automate them all, but I also don't want to frustrate myself with more of this with that than this. I'll check out this last place and then I will call it a night for this gaming. I've missed most of the chat past 10 minutes or whatever.
Have to do some work stuff.
All right, good night, Freedom Frog. It was nice to have you here once again. I will anyway very quickly call it a night in the game because of gore grind. Well, you know, bands like Aborted.
Weirdly enough, just like there is for Kosto in Finland, they support violence and censorship as long as it's done by them.
Yeah, Marcus, that is so full of bullshit. One of the reasons why I hate politics so much is that it's this double standard thing. Like, I mean, I wouldn't care about these Antifa people, Varisverkosto, whatever, if they just, basically did their shit with similar rules than what they expect others to follow and all that stuff. But it's the double standards. That's what really annoys me.
Factual. All is gray when they try to make it black and white.
Yeah, that's part of the thing here. That's the thing. To them, world is black and white when reality is gray. And that's where I differ from a lot of those Antifa people. I mean, I get it. They want to be on the right side of history. And I understand. It's not like we're supposed to like Nazis. I don't like Nazis, but I also don't give a shit about Nazis. They're not like a real problem in this establishment, in the society and whatever. Let's be honest about them. They might have some toxic opinions. They might be douchebags in so many ways, but they're not really shaking up, stirring. They're not really doing much better for the better or worse in society. The real enemy for people like Antifa, for example, it's somewhere else than these grassroots level of NSPM people. And exactly, Markus. It's boogeyman. It's easy to say, yeah, it's all Nazis, when it's like the powers that be, they are not the fucking grassroots people with,
Just kids rebelling as they've always done.
Yeah, exactly. But to me, Antifa and NSPM, both the same shit, just different brand. Both think they're doing the right thing, like a chosen people or whatever.
Two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. Same coin.
強き者の役目とは弱き者を助けること。それをせねば人の道を外れましょう。されど、それは主君への忠義と武士としての道に背く結果になることも。
まこと手に負えぬ類の問いであろう。それでも逃げることはできぬのだ。さあ、金棒を取るがよい。この重さをいかに操るか教えてやろう。
Okay, let's take this fight and hopefully then I can get to bed and have a next useful day at work and also review some music for you lot.
金棒を思うさま振るうため、未熟者は鬼の力を身につけんとする。達人は仏の心眼を持って金棒を操るのだ。体のすべてをすべての筋をそれに使うのだ。
No, I can't say. I like country music.
あらがわず、その重さに動きを合わせ、金棒の勢いに乗るのだ。
Oops!
What's your favorite snack from a gas station?
What's my favorite snack at gas station? There's no favorite. There is no favorite snack at gas station.
Adjacent stuff like Blue Hazelwood, John Denver. Mine is boiled eggs and beef jerky.
Oh no, that was some powerful move this guy did to me.
Jerky is good, but it's so fucking expensive in Finland.
Yeah, beef jerky is ridiculously expensive in Finland.
金棒が道を切り開く力を
But beer, snacks at gas station usually suck. But if I have to go for something, it's probably gonna be a burger and a hot dog. But it really depends on the given gas station. I mean, most hot dogs are not exactly good, but there are places where you can really have it like a premium style. Hamburger is usually more a safe bet.
そうだ盗賊は野放図となり誰かが百姓を守らねばならなかったわしは
And
武士
country
の
music,
務めよりも
yeah,
道義を
never
選
got
ぶ
exactly to like it.
50 for 50 grams.
立ち向かう覚悟がある今までもこれからも
I guess I missed so many important questions during the gameplay today, so I pardon for that. I tried to do my best.
What is the worst beer in Finland? Here in America, it's Old English and Steel Reserve. Homeless people love that shit. Gas station burgers are good.
わしの知ることは残らず教えよう手を合わせずともお主の力は明らかだ
かたじけのう存じまする
Gaming is good. Seems difficulty level is going up.
Yeah, Markus, it seems so. Ah, so stupid looking hat. I'm gonna wear that. Alright, I think I have this area covered, but there are still 3 more. And now that I'm south here anyway, I think anyway. Oops, not meant to click that, but I think I will. What is this?
Do you have a favorite US black metal bands?
My favorite US black metal bands would be Abzu and Judas Iscariot. Okay, now we have some new Yamabushis here.
Holder made of wood. Should I sand it and paint it black?
Yeah, you should totally paint it black.
My favorite USABM band is Grant Belial's Key.
For some reason, I never got to like that much Grant Belial's Key. These actually want to take me Wakasa and not these other areas.
For the singer of Upsu on drums or just doing vocals like he is now.
Well, singer of Absu, Proscriptor, he looked so gay, but in a good way when he was doing chest vocals. I've seen him perform both ways, and I gotta say, it doesn't matter. Both ways are really good. In a way, when he's just doing the vocals, he can be, you know, how to say, more lively. But his moves, they were sometimes so feminine that it was kind of a
He's
borderline
very
funny.
whimsical. I do it, it's easy. I have electric sanding machine and might have the paint.
What the hell? There are a couple of interesting places. I have no idea what it's gonna be like, so I think I'm gonna just do fast travel here and then continue to this near area. It's gonna be interesting. Alright, I'm gonna
Tenderhearted's Manifesto is a good tune. Some of the riffs remind me a bit of some Gravelin song that escapes me at the moment.
I'm just gonna use the fast travel here and then call it a night because like I said it's already past midnight and I need to get up in less than 8 hours. As much as it would be fun to talk to you guys, but I really gotta be going. But yeah, for US black metal scene, Judas Iscariot basically number one. Absu has the best album, but Judas Iscariot most consistent discography. And then there are of course other bands like Von. I remember liking like very early Black Funeral, and then some of those war metal bands, they do have their moments, but I'm not that big fan of them. Either way, unfortunately, I cannot really go on with the chat more than this today because gotta be going to bed. Yeah, monthly stream on Saturday. Uh, monthly stream this Saturday. I don't know the exact time, but I will announce it on Saturday when the time is. Expect quite late, like finish midnight or whatever, because I'm coming to do the stream straight from a movie night. And yes, I would definitely interview J Dog. But that's another story. Let's save something for tomorrow. Most likely having another game stream tomorrow evening when I'm back from the gym and all. But now I will tell you people good night and catch you later. Thanks for being part of the stream with me. See you later.
Nice chatting with you, brother.
Likewise, Tuna Fish.